Well, good morning, church. It's good to see everybody, all your smiling faces. Do you know that we have a potluck luncheon right after today? And this potluck luncheon, if you didn't bring anything, that's okay, because there's always a lot left over. So come anyhow. It'll be immediately after the service. It'll be downstairs. And we are going to do this at the first Sunday of every month. Unless we tell you otherwise, you can count on that. So next one will be November 6th, I believe. Well, let me see. November 6th. Yeah, it's on this list. And speaking of this list, if you didn't get one of these last week, make sure you pick one up. I'm not going to go through everything, but I want to highlight that there's prayer times. There's a prayer focus. I want to ask you to lift up these prayers when you pray. And then also there's a list of life groups. I want to highlight two life groups. One is that there is a foundation study. It is the next time we're going to do that, it's going to be the first 2 weeks in November. And you got to go to both. So after our potluck in November, we'll have the class. And then the following week, we'll have a class immediately after church. So that's coming up as well. So the life groups are listed there. And then there's a whole list of fall events on the back. Now, if you're interested in going to one of these groups, hopefully you got one of these, and just simply circle the group you're interested in and put your name on this and just hand that in so we know we can plan for you as well. So we followed the news this week of Hurricane Ian, and that had made landfall almost exactly where one hit in 2004 when the year that Cindy and I moved back from that area. We lived in Naples and had a church in Fort Myers, so those pictures were very familiar. So I did want to give us an opportunity to respond. How do you respond to that sort of thing? If you're interested in sending a financial donation, you can do that through Summit Church. If you do it online, just select disaster relief. We'll make sure that goes directly to Florida. And then there's another way that you can give as well. There's a video that I'm going to show you from our mothership, Summit Church, the first Summit Church that we helped found many years ago. And there's a video we want to watch with the pastor there right now.
Hey folks, my name is James Stenziano and I am a pastor here at Summit Church in Southwest Florida. As you know, our community was decimated this past week as Hurricane Ian came ashore with its devastating winds and torrential storm surge. The amount of pain and loss that so many in our community are experiencing right now is unimaginable. And we find ourselves here wondering what life looks like in the days to come. And we aren't sure of much, as many are still surrounded by waters, phone service is spotty at best, and most in our community are still without power. In fact, it is quite possible that you know way more about what's happening here in Southwest Florida than we do. But here is what we do know. Our God is sovereign, and he is good in that sovereignty, and he loves us. And so we are not left here without hope. Though we don't enjoy our situation, we wish it didn't happen. We also are confident that this is another opportunity for the Lord to put his beauty and his wonder on display. And we know that one of the primary ways that he does that is through his people, his church. So though we are overwhelmed, we also feel blessed to be here in this moment, to be able to love our community along with the other great churches and ministries that are already here. The needs are great, as we will need resources, both financial and people, to help rebuild our community. Many of you have reached out and let us know that you're praying and you've wondered how you can help. And many of you, I'm sure, have wanted to help, but maybe you don't have relationships down here. So let me invite you to partner with us. We will, Lord willing, work alongside of other churches and ministries in our area, along with national organizations such as Send Relief and Samaritan's Purse, to help build